Thank you very much for clicking on this video today. My name's Lee. Today I'm going to teach you the system that I use for riding a motorcycle. Thank you very much for joining me today in this cold, crisp winter's morning. Today I want to go a little bit more into depth with the riding system that I use to formulate my riding plan for all scenarios, for every part of motorcycling, for every ride that I'm on. And this system really will make you a better, safer rider. Now, if you've done your advanced, if you've done your blood bikes, you will know exactly what I'm talking about for you seasoned riders and you new riders. If you've never thought about going to do your advanced, go and do it. It's an amazing thing to do. It really will make you a better rider. But this is the system that they teach the police, and then it's been broken down to teach normal people like myself and you guys. The system is called IPSA. I, information. P, position. S, speed. G, gear. A has two meanings, either accelerate or abort, because once you've formulated that plan and you get to the last one, you know what you've got to do. Take this system on board and you use it for your riding plan. It will make you more of a defensive rider, and that's what as riders we need to be. You've got to look at it that, do you know what, everybody out there, your mum, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncles, your friends, when they're behind the steering wheel of a car or a van or a lorry, they all want to kill you. As a motorcyclist, they all want to kill you. And that's how you have to look at it. Because if you're the kind of rider that just attacks everything all the time, you really are going to come unstuck. And the fact that you're attacking everything means you're really not planning it. And this system enables you to do that in such a way that once it becomes second nature, you'll just be better riders. You really will. What I say to people is, you can never ride faster than your angel can fly. And that's so true. And that pretty much means that you can't ride faster than you can plan. And this system is a system that helps you to plan. And with a good riding plan, you will be safer, smoother and faster. And this system really does work. So like I say, IPSA, information, position, speed, gear, accelerate or abort. That's the system. It's as simple as that. And once you put all those into context, for whatever scenario you're in, you really will notice a difference in your riding.
Wow, what a lovely crisp winter's morning. Oh, bloody love it. The riding plan is something as we as riders formulate to make progress and to make progress safely. This system really will enhance your riding. If you take it away from this video and you practice it on every ride, you really will see a difference in your own riding. And if you do, let me know in the comments below. The first one, the first part of IPSA, information. And it really is key to everything we do. 20 mile an hour coming into a village, the state of the roads, driveways, approaching cars. It's all information. It's all something we need to gather as riders to formulate our riding plan. Vehicle parked on the path. Is it safe to go round it? And this information, and the quicker you can gather it, really will enhance your riding. So we're gathering information as we're riding along. We can see a junction on the left hand side. We're coming to a parked van. So with that information, we now have to find the best position to be in that will keep giving us the best information. So the next bit of information we've got is national speed limit, car approaching from behind, the condition of the roads, approaching car, so move over to the left, that information, change my position. Right hand bend, so back over to the right to get the view around the bend. The best position, that's safest to get the information to put the bike in the right place. Information, I can't see anything, I've got a left hand bend coming up, so I've come to the furthest point in the centre of the road, so I get the view round the bend. I need to move over to the left to get the view around the right hand bend. The signposts are telling me that there's a junction coming up. So we'll just deal with the first two in the system at the moment, which is information and position. So right hand bend, information tells me I need to be over to the left so I can see round the bend. Gives me a better view of what's going on. I'm still going to hold the left hand line because the information says so. The information tells me there's a left-hand bend coming up, so I'm going to move over to the right. All the time I'm putting myself in the safest position to gather the most information. And to do that, you've got to have the view. So, yet again, I'm looking for information. I've got signs coming up that are telling me there's a crossroads. So I'm going to position myself in the middle of the road, and I'm just going to drop a little bit of throttle. Once we're clear of the junction, information tells me I can now accelerate. So you've got information, position, speed, and I was in the right gear to accelerate, and that is IPSA. So yet again, I'm constantly hunting for information, because information is key. And to get the information, I need the view. So to get the information, I've got to be in the right position. And that's how I know to be in what position I need to be in, because I'm going to be in the position that gives me the most information. So signposts, they're all information. I'm coming up to a tight bend. It's a 50 mile an hour, there's mud on the road, it's slippy. So coming into that bend, I was in the right position to get the information. I was in the right gear, so when I needed to, or when I can do, I can accelerate out. All the time looking for information. Bends like this, you can see through these bends, but you've still got to get the information for what the road surface is, and that will dictate your safest position. So now I'm going to come over to the left, because I need the information. I need to see round this bend, and that's the information that gave me by being in that position. So information, position, speed, I'm in the right gear. Coming down the hill, we have a right hand bend with a junction on the left. So I'm rolling off the throttle. I'm going to position myself on the left, selected the right gear, I've scrubbed off the speed I need to scrub. Now I can just manoeuvre around the bend. Information, 30 mile an hour, car in front braking, tight left hand bend, junction on the right. Looking through the bend to get as much information as I can get. I'm in the right gear, so I can accelerate. IPSA. Still in the 30 mile an hour zone. So even when you're in a 30, you've still got to be gathering as much information as possible. So constantly repositioning yourself in the safest position to get the most information. So we're coming up to a 50 sign. I'm in the right position, I've got the right gear, at the right speed, I can accelerate. Oof, you do get some mud on the road this time of year. So, we've got a car in front. When should I start planning to overtake it? Well, do you know what? I started to plan to overtake this car as soon as I spotted it. He is my victim. So I'm keeping a further enough distance back to get the information. So, as soon as the road opens up and I get the view, I can just overtake. Because I've got the information, the right position, the right speed, in the right gear, meant I could accelerate and make it a seamless manoeuvre. So like I say, the more you can plan and the faster you can plan, then the faster you can ride. Never ride faster than your angel can fly. Basically, don't ride faster than you can plan, because that's when things jump out and really do catch you out. And I'm constantly telling people, even good riders, that, do you know what, when I follow them, and I like to video them because it always highlights, the camera never lies, and They don't necessarily see it at the time because they missed it, but then when I play it back to them on the camera and they go, well, you missed that and you missed that and you missed that, just slow yourself down 5, maybe 10 mile an hour and just drop your pace a little bit. Practice it on the roads you know. The best roads are the roads you don't know, because then you really have to start gathering the information, because you're not complacent with where you're riding. So yes, practice it on the roads you know, as in the system, but then try and use the system on the roads you don't know, because they're the roads where they really will make your brain work, because you have no clue what's coming up, you don't know how tight the bends are, you don't know what junctions there are. You formulate for your riding plan in every single scenario. So we're coming into a much more of a built up area now. So we're coming to an island, I'm looking for the information to give me the position to turn right at the island. It's clear to do so. I'm at the right speed in the right gear so I can accelerate. Still gathering information all the time, because like I say, everybody out here behind the steering wheel, including pedestrians, they all want to kill you. And that's their mentality. They're just thinking about themselves, even if they're thinking about themselves, or they're looking at their phones. So you're constantly looking for information. So the information for me is, I've got a left-hand junction, so I want to be over as far to right of centre as I can to open that junction up, so anybody that comes into that junction can get a clear, visible view of me. And by putting myself in that position, I'm actually giving them information, because they can see more of me than what they could do if I was sat over here left of centre, because you're shutting everybody's view down. So the same thing, there's a lot of driveways, so I want to be right of centre. I don't want to be over there, I don't want to be over there and all the crap. Constantly looking for that information, because that information will put me in the right position. I'm at the right speed because I'm in a 30 mile an hour zone. So constantly just keep feeding yourself the information. So here we go again, left hand junction, I want to be here. I've got a good view of that junction. So we're approaching a mini roundabout. Still looking for as much information as possible. I want to go straight on. So right gear, right speed. Anticipate that I'm going to have to stop. As it happens, I can just roll on because I'm in the right gear. Carry on with my journey. Keeping a good distance from the cars. Signpost. So there's a bit of a one-way system that's going to join this road. The bus about to stick his nose out, so I'm going to drift over to the left until I'm past the bus. There's a speed camera on the right. And even if you keep talking to yourself all the time you're riding, just going over and over everything that you can see, that I find that, you know, when I was actually trying to get this system down, that would help me. I would give myself a self-commentary. Set of traffic lights. I want to go over to the right. So welcome to Nuneaton, the only town in the whole of the UK that has a ring road goes through it. What's actually that question is actually in Trivial Pursuits. So there you go, there's the first bit of useless information for you today. Do you know, it's environments like this that catch more riders out than the fast, sweepy roads with bends in. It's this sort of environment where there's just more people out there trying to kill you, that's for sure. So incorporating this system into your riding plan will become second nature. So like things like, you know, junctions on the left, you'll find yourself automatically drifting to the right. And it's just that muscle memory. You build that muscle memory and you're training yourself using the system. So before you know it, when there is a left-hand junction, you are right of centre, because it just becomes a natural progression that the information puts you in the right position without having to actually think about it. It just becomes a natural process. As we go through these how to be a better rider videos, because I'm going to do quite a few because it's such an in-depth topic, you know, there will be one on left-hand bends, one on right-hand bends, and pretty much every scenario that we face as motorcyclists. And this system really is key to all of them. Like I was saying earlier, the one good thing about winter riding is the view you get. Just because there is no green foliage to inhibit what you can see. And on a good day, a dry day, even a nice sunny day in the winter, do you know what? Your favourite roads will be the fastest roads they've ever been. That's for sure. So already this car and the car in front is now my next victims. And obviously if I can do the lorry as well, then that's a bonus. But I'll be quite happy with either one or both cars. So already I'm planning. I'm in a good position. I'm in the right gear. We're coming into a 50. I just need the opportunity to arise. But to do that, I got a plan. So being in this position, I can see right round that left-hand curve. It's still not open enough for me to want to go. It's still not open enough because I still can't quite see. Now it's opened up. So now I can do that overtake manoeuvre and I can take both of those cars because I gathered the information to do that safely. And that's what the system does for you. So now I need to drop back. This is a big mistake a lot of people make with big vehicles. They get far too close and they just can't see round the vehicle, let alone round the bend. And if it starts to block your view, just drop back even a bit more. Put yourself in a position where I can see, but I can't go. There's cars coming. But I can see better on this side than I can on this side. And I can see better than what I can see there, because I can't actually see anything now. All I can see is the back of this lorry. So just roll yourself back off. Get yourself in a position to gather the information. Information, position, speed, in the right gear. When you can and when it's safe to do so, you'll get past that vehicle. Drop myself back because now I've got no view at all, but apart from that lorry, and there's a junction coming up where there's a bit of a crossroads. So I'm going to put myself in the middle, just to make myself more visible to everything, really. Now I can drift back over to the left because we're coming up to a right-hand bend. So I want to be here so I can see through that bend. Because if the opportunity is there and the lines are broken and everything falls into place, I can do this overtake. And it's not. So I abort. I roll off. Get a bit more space back between me and the car. Put myself in a position where I can see around the bend. Because when it opens up, and I can do so, which will be after this car, lifesaver, right gear, make your way out. I want to stay out because I've got the view all the way up this road. So there's no point going back in. In the plan B, but because I got the information, means I can do that manoeuvre. So I hope I've managed to convey the system in a way that is understandable to all. And it really is that IPSA. Information, position, speed, gear, accelerate or abort. And if you can just adopt that system and think about it all the time for every scenario that you're coming to, you really will be a better rider and safer. And as time goes on, what you'll notice is you're actually getting quicker without actually trying, because all of a sudden you're training your brain to plan as fast as you can ride rather than riding faster than you can plan. Because you know what? Never ride faster than your angel can fly. And it's your brain that's the angel, because it's you're the person in control of this machine. You know, if you outride yourself, you're going to put yourself in a whole load of problems. Motorcycles are a beautiful thing, and they're a beautiful way to enjoy life. They really do make you feel free. But you really have to put some thought into what you're doing.